of the highest court in the land. I mean, the truth is, the next president's going to serve a 4-year term right before he serves an 8-year term. But whoever's president the next 4 years is going to set the course and direction of the Supreme Court for the next 40 years. So you better think long and hard about that, for real. If you cherish the Constitution, North Carolina, if you cherish the liberties enshrined in our First Amendment, in our Second Amendment, if you cherish the sanctity of life and the unborn, if you cherish limited government and all the principles enshrined in our Constitution, North Carolina, you've got to make sure you do your part to ensure that the next president who will make appointments to the Supreme Court of the United States will be President Donald Trump. It's that important. It's that important. It truly is. Men and women, as we get ready to wing out of here, I got a couple things I want to ask you to do. But first, I just want to tell you, Karen and I are just very humbled that you're with us here today. Thank you so much. Very grateful. I mean, I know I'm not exactly the main event, and the main event was just here, and y'all still came out. So thank you. It's the greatest honor of my life to be here. I mean, it's amazing for me to think. My grandfather immigrated to this country from Ireland when he was about our son's age. Richard Michael Cawley is who Michael Richard Pence was named after. I literally grew up on the footstool of the American dream. That Irishman's brogue still rings in my ear. He was my grandfather and he was my friend. I watched my parents build everything that matters, a family, a business, and a good name. I just can't even possibly imagine what Grandpa's thinking looking down from glory. Except that he was right. He was right about America. Anybody can be anybody. And that's why he came. With this incredible privilege that just blesses our heart, we come at with a seriousness, I promise you, because I think this country's in a lot of trouble. Karen and I said yes. We said yes to this opportunity because we really do believe all of us need to do all we can to turn this country around, to turn America back to what we know and make America strong again, safe again, and great again. Now it's your turn. So I want to challenge you in a couple of different ways. First and foremost, vote. Now, Ken already told me a number of you already voted, and the rest of you, the day is young. County Office Building, 1717 West 5th Street, Greenville, North Carolina, open till 5, Monday through Friday. It's only 4.7 miles away from right here. Go vote and bring a friend. Friends don't let friends vote alone. Okay? And give a round of applause to all of you already wearing that sticker that you did vote. I'm awful proud of you people getting out and pulling the lever. I mean, truthfully, we all just have to remind each other that, well, sometimes if you turn on the TV or something or open up the paper, it may look like somebody else is in charge. We are. The American people are. So the second thing I tell you is, once you voted, go tell somebody. I mean, the truth is, it really has been, 2-on-1 since well before I joined this campaign, with the media out there doing half of Hillary Clinton's work for her. But the amazing thing is, this movement around the country of which you are all a part is continuing to grow all across America because the American people are talking to each other. And the American people have decided to make America great again. I believe it with all of my heart. I mean, Donald Trump and I talk just about every day. I was talking to him in the car before we jumped on the airplane this morning. And Sometimes we talk more than once a day. We campaign together about every week. And when I'm rolling along in that motorcade with him, we'll be pulling into places with these enormous lines outside and tens of thousands of people coming. He always invariably looks at me in the car, and he'll poke me in the shoulder. And you can see he's moved as he looks at the crowd. He literally tries to wave at every person that's waving. And he'll say to me, Mike, this is not about me. It's not about us. It's not about our party. He always says to me, this is a movement of the American people. And the American people are going to make America great again. So you got to go keep telling people. Go tell people what the stakes are in this election. Go tell them what the choice is in this election. And I really do believe that as you tell them, this isn't even so much a choice between left and right or Republican and Democrat on this one. I think it's like Ronald Reagan said back in the 60s. This is a choice between up and down. I mean, here's the way I see it. Are we going to continue to go down the hill to a weaker America on the world stage, an American economy more stifled by more taxes, more government, more Obamacare, bad trade deals, and America walking farther and farther away from our most cherished constitutional ideals, or whether we here in North Carolina are going to stop, plant our feet, turn around, and march back up the hill to a stronger America at home and abroad, a more prosperous America with a boundless future for our children and grandchildren, an America that cherishes without apology our highest constitutional liberties every single day. That's the choice we have. It's between up and down. But you got to go tell your neighbors and friends. Tell your friends that are independents out there to join so many independents who've joined this movement because they're tired of gridlock in Washington, D.C. Go out there and talk to your Democrat neighbors and friends. Millions of Democrats around America have been drawn to Donald Trump's message because they're tired of liberal policies coming out of our nation's capital, and they're tired of trade deals that are shipping jobs out of North Carolina and out of the country. But if you're of a mind particularly, I'd encourage you to talk to some of our Republican friends yet in the 4 days that remain. I think it's time for us to say, after a long and divisive primary, and I think there were like 150 people running for president when it got started. I think it's time for us to say with one voice to our Republican neighbors and friends, it's time to come home. It's time to come home and elect Donald Trump as the next president of the United States. It's time to come home and re-elect Governor Pat McCrory to the State House in North Carolina. It's time to come home and re-elect Senator Richard Burr to a Republican majority in the United States Senate. It's time to come home and re-elect strong Republican majorities and a new Attorney General in Ken Buck. And it's time to come home and make sure that North Carolina does its part to ensure that Hillary Clinton is never elected president of the United States of America. My fellow Republicans, it's time to come home. And I want to acknowledge a group that's here. I won't make them climb over the railing, but there's a group here of wonderful Republican women that are spouses of distinguished members of Congress. They've been traveling in a bus all over this state, all over this. Can they come up, dear? These are Women for Trump. Would you welcome them? Suzanne Conaway, wife of Congressman Mike Conaway. Chris Kramer, wife of Congressman Kramer. Debbie Farenthold. Leanne Johnson. Big round of applause. These ladies have been burning the miles. They have been burning the miles. Women for Trump. Keep it going. I'm telling you what. This is a high mileage group. Aren't they great? Well, let me tell you right now, the last thing I'd encourage you to do is what these people are practicing every day. And that is have faith. Okay? Have faith in our neighbors and friends and their ability when we present a clear choice for a stronger, more prosperous America to choose that America. Okay? And if you're ever inclined as Karen and I are, and so many with us today are, to exercise the other kind of faith, we encourage you to do that too. In the next 4 days is a good time to, after you vote, bring a friend. After you go tell somebody, especially go tell a lot of our Republican friends. Just, if you're inclined to bow the head and bend the knee, it'd be a good time to do it.